Oh, I didn't expect this.
No,
I didn't. Oh my gosh.
Well, there you have a United States Senator, John Fetterman, the Democratic senator from Pennsylvania who ran as a populist progressive, recording one of his constituents who's trying to ask him questions. And well, he has also reached a depressing new low. So when mildly, and we're gonna show you the video, mildly confronted by an environmental activist from the Sunrise Movement, he not only refused to answer her questions, as you see in the clip, he also actively mocks her. So the group posted the video on X with this caption. Last week, Fetterman got on Fox News to criticize Biden's liquefied gas export pause. In 2018, he had joined Sunrise and Representative Daniel to rally against fracked gas pipelines. When a constituent asked why he flipped, he mocked her, then walked into a member-only elevator. So let's watch the rest of the video.
Well, I'm from Chester County in Pennsylvania, and I am really concerned about the way that pipelines are being built in our communities and on our, in our backyards, threatening our lives, our water. And in 2018, you actually joined us for a protest when you were running for lieutenant governor of the pipeline running through Chester County through my community. And you, why the change of heart? Why aren't you standing with people of Pennsylvania right now?
Well, I would be more.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you.
That was unbelievable. I mean, look, the amount of disdain he has for his own constituents is incredible. Let's go to the next Sunrise Movement tweet, because I mean, this is such a notable flip-flop and change. He ran as one thing and is something completely different. I mean, he's making Kyrsten Sinema blush.
Yeah, no.
Right? Okay, so throwback to 2018, the 2018 version of John Fetterman, who rallied with young people to stop fracked gas pipelines. So you see him at that rally, he's taking pictures with some of the other activists who were there. John, this is the kind of stuff, look, if John Fetterman had campaigned as the type of politician he is today, fine. I mean, I don't agree with him and it is what it is, but he's actually doing a lot more damage than just simply flip-flopping. Because by flip-flopping, what he does is he destroys any trust or faith or hope people have in our elections.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what's the point? You never know what you think you're gonna get one thing and then you end up getting something entirely different. I mean, he did a total 180.
I know, like so much so that obviously it never would be, but it feels like if you've only been following politics for a few years, you must see like a Fetterman or a few years back a Sinema, and you must think like, wait, can they legally do this? Like, you 100% misrepresented who you were, not like in the normal sort of politician exaggerating or lying way, but like your entire identity was either a lie or maybe in the case of Fetterman, something changed. I don't know, because this is not the only issue where he is a fundamentally different person, not just on policy, but like as you said, the open disdain, the open contempt. He hated that young activist the second he saw her. And look, it's a weird thing in America where like there's nobody people in politics hate more than environmental activists. Like people who are passionate about the most collective good are hated more than anyone else. And I don't know why that is, but it's definitely true. But I would say, similar to your first thought, I think that might be worse than Kyrsten Sinema.
It is,
because Kyrsten Sinema, she'll post like a really snarky thing on Instagram and she'll walk away from protesters and not respond or flee to the bathroom. But his was like more openly hateful. Like that was not necessarily worse than the downward thumb,
down, yeah.
But it's on a similar sort of level.
I agree, I totally agree. It's like, almost like taunting your constituents. And look, more importantly, in the case of John Fetterman, taunting the people who rallied behind you, defended you after you suffered that stroke, and the media was coming after you pretty viciously.
Which we did many times.
I know, and like, I know I have deep regrets for that, because look, if I'm being completely honest, during that election, Fetterman debate, like it was after his stroke, and he did the debate against his opponent, right? This is right before the election, the Senate election that he unfortunately won. But that was an awful debate. Like it was awful for Fetterman, right? And I just remember making a decision to not even discuss it because it was so bad, and I didn't want to criticize him too much given that he had suffered a stroke. But I feel, again, sick to my stomach because look, we should always tell the truth, and we should, even if we think we're gonna get backlash from the audience. And I think at that time I was a little bit afraid that if I was too critical of Fetterman, I would get backlash. And I wasn't gonna be critical of him as a person. I just felt like, no, the symptoms in the aftermath of this stroke are actually pretty bad, right? But people voted for him anyway, and people defended him, and then he turned around and totally screwed them over. It's disgusting.
Yeah, 100%. And I know some people, I've seen speculation that this much of a change, is it related to some sort of brain thing?
I don't know.
And I'm not a doctor, I have no idea. That seems like baseless speculation. But the alternative is, oh, no. It wasn't a brain thing. He was just a massive liar and fraud.
Yeah.
So honestly, while he would probably hate the people who speculate about his brain, they're honestly, like, they're doing him a solid in not assuming that he's just been completely misrepresenting himself, which I find to be much worse.
Final bit of information here. So in a statement after the interaction, Sunrise Movement put Fetterman on blast, saying that Fetterman has sold out to the oil and gas lobby, who have given him $54,000. In 2016 and 2018, he pledged to ban fracking and joined a Sunrise protest against natural gas pipelines. Now he's more concerned with pleasing his billionaire donors and then protecting the people of Pennsylvania who have pipelines and fracking wells being built in our backyards. So it is depressing. I just hope that this doesn't lead to what I'm most concerned about, people just losing faith in elections overall. You never know when someone's gonna flip-flop like this, and I'm so sad that Fetterman did, but corrupt politicians are gonna do what they're gonna do.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. We also love it if you hit the join button below, because that makes you a member, and members allow us to be independent, honest. We can be as progressive as we want, no corporate media influence, and that's all because of you guys. We love doing the show with our members. Hit the join button, become one of the Young Turks.